Morales, Black Community TV. Hey guys, how's it going?
Well, how are you?
Good, Jalyn. I see that you've been working hard this last year and a half, which is a great thing, But coming into this, how much did you work on your ball handling skills?
A lot. A lot. We both did. We went through some intensive training going into it, and it was very fun. It was very fun, and it paid off. That's what matters.
What about you, Amir?
Yeah, me and Jalyn started doing basketball training like as soon as we heard that we had got the part. So it was something that we really enjoyed to do. It was intense, but it was necessary, and yeah, we fell in love with the sport.
What do you fell in love with the sport? Were you not basketball fans already?
I mean, we were basketball fans. We were basketball fans, but I feel like it's different when you're actually playing it. You know what I mean?
Right. There's fans of the sport, and then there's no, there's basketball fans, and then there's fans of the sport. We enjoy the work ethic. We enjoy the wins and losses, and that's what makes.
Now you're playing twins, but you're not twins. So for each of you, what did you do to, every time I tell you to actors when they take on a role, there's got to be a little bit of themselves in the character they're playing. For you, Amir, and playing the role that you have, how do you relate to him?
I mean, I'm a twin in real life, so just taking that aspect of my life and putting that into JB was really natural for me. And Jalyn, like I say all the time, me and Jalyn are like brothers. I mean, we spent every day together for like 3 months, and we enjoyed each other's company. And it was like the relationship you'll see on screen was not forced at all. I mean, Jalyn said in one of the last interviews that when we're in a scene together, it's really like me and Jalyn talking to each other just in the guidelines of a script. You know what I mean?
What about you, Jalyn?
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. I feel like my number one rule when working is remember to be a child actor. That is 2 words, child and actor. And what that means is have fun. Otherwise, what's the point? And that's what we did all the time, anytime we could. But of course, being professional, of course, but also just getting a chance to be a kid and also be a kid and be creative. A lot of the script, a lot of the mannerisms, a lot of the scenes were greatly influenced by not only the directors, the writers, producers, but also us as, actors and as, what are we? We're Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, growing up in today's society, so we had some input on everything.
And then coming into this, obviously you're working with a lot of directors and writers. So as actors, skill set wise, what would you say has improved knowing you have a lot more to do on the page this time around than you've done in previous works? Amir?
I would say just making sure that I stay in tap with my character and I understand all the characteristics and all the different aspects of his life and his personality. Just when going into a scene, how he would react to a certain situation, how just making sure you remember what happened before this thing, so you can know what type of headspace he's in. But yeah, to answer your question, what I can take away from this project is just to analyze whoever you're playing. When you're playing a character, make sure you know who you're playing inside and out, and to understand that character.
What about you, Jalyn? You've worked for a you've worked with different directors and writers, but on this particular show, obviously you and Amir are front and center. What are you getting out of this skill set wise that helps you out with your next project?
It would definitely be creative freedom. I feel like a lot of times we as actors, especially when you're just now starting out, it is crucial that you know your lines, you're off script, and you do follow what they tell you exactly to the T. But it's also not a bad thing to have ideas yourself. That's the wonder of what we have been taught here at the crossover is that no idea is a bad idea. Well, some ideas are bad ideas, but creatively speaking, we had that freedom to say, hey, what if the character did this? Or, hey, what if we tweak this line to such and such? And that comes with really deep diving into the project. And that's the type of work ethic we put in.
Congratulations on the roles for both of you. Congratulations on the series. Keep the good work going on. Yeah, we're always here to support wherever you guys are at. Take care and stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
Well, Smiles, Black Community TV. Hey, folks, how's it going?
Good.
I'm gonna start off with you, Trevor. You know, did you play ball before? Or did you have to up your skills?
I've been playing ball since I was born. Been AAU travel ball, middle school ball. I'm in high school right now playing. So yeah.
Okay, so that was one of the requirements of doing in the show.
Yep, it came easy, and I'm thankful for it.
You know, and for you ladies, coming into the show, obviously playing cheerleaders, friends. You know, what's it like being on the show? Did you read the novel coming into this? Deja?
Yeah, I love honestly cheering at. Sorry. Yeah, I love cheering on the stands with my good friend Skyla here. We're always in the stands. We're like, yeah, let's go. So being a cheerleader was so fun. I definitely did read I read the book when I booked it because I got the book gifted, but I didn't know about the book before. So now I do.
And coming into this, Skyla, how much of a basketball fan are you, you know, to appreciate the game, knowing you're coming into this character, you know, obviously, you know, you're kind of like the voice of reason in a way.
Right. I watched it. I watched it enough to understand a little bit of what was going on. And I did put myself in basketball lessons, and I was in there with little 9 and 10-year-olds embarrassing myself. But hey, I did it. Basketball is not for me to play, but I can sit and watch and enjoy it for sure.
Okay. And Trevor, coming into this, obviously, you know, for all of you guys, when you're working, you know, Trevor, you come into this, you know how to play the game, but now you have to do a lot more where you have more pages to do, you know, for a scene or so forth. With the people that you're working with, directors and writers, how much of a skill set of your as actors have you grown by doing this series? Trevor?
Yeah, night and day. You know, you like when I watched it, seeing from the first episode and seeing how I grew and how everybody else grew from this, from 1 to 8, it's huge. It's off the charts. And working with such great directors, such great actors, y'all just taught me so much, and I learned so much, and I'm very thankful for it.
Deja?
I absolutely agree. And also just the directors and producers, writers who allowed us to make our character our own and gave us that opportunity to flow and change up what we wanted to, whether it was clothes, whether it was words. They let us really create our own character.
What about you, Skyla?
Yeah, and hopping off of what Deja said, like knowing that like we had a voice in this process, you know, originally I was kind of like hesitant to be like, oh, well, I think Alexis can she do this? Can we see this? Like, first I was hesitant, but then, you know, as Kwame and Damani, like, we all kind of grew together, and they were like, okay, well, what do you think about this, Skyla? Do you think Alexis would do this? How do you think she would behave in this way? Like, and just knowing how much goes into a project like this, and learning about everything. It's insane how many people are on this, from directors to executive producers, from showrunners and EPs, everything. So
I do have to add into even them just bringing us into like a writer's room. That was so just sweet and genuine, and I think it made everything real.
Trevor, you know, when you work with the guys, you know, are you teaching them, being that you're the guy that's playing, as you mentioned just now, on a team? You know, and I'm sure these guys have skills, but, you know, do you go in there with a little bit of an advantage? Have you played one on all of them?
Yeah, we would at practices always play pickup and stuff like that. But the coaches that helped out from, you know, the pilot in that year that they had, they grew, you know, they became way better ball handlers from, you know, not even be able to really dribble much. And now they're doing all those cool tricks that you'll see in the show. But yeah, no, Amir, actually, he'd come to me a lot for stuff. But yeah.
But, you know, what I want to say is congrats to the roles you guys have. Congrats on the show. Keep it working. Obviously, it's always good to see new faces. And let's hope that there's a bigger audience that watches this and enjoys as much as I did. Take care, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
What's Morales from Black Women TV? Hey, folks, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. You know, obviously getting a book to screen is one thing. Getting a book adapted for a TV series is another. You know, how long was the process, and was everything in the book in the series, or did we take liberties? Damani?
it was a process. It was quite a process. It started even before Kim and I came on board. And did we take liberties? I think we took liberties, but we all with the idea of retaining the heart and the soul of the book.
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Kwame? Obviously, getting, like I said before, it takes a journey, but we're here now. Are you pleased with the results? Did you come in and add some flavor to it?
Yeah, there were times, Wilson, where Damani would call me and say, Kwame, we need a poem here. We need a poem. And sometimes they'd be like, we need it in 5 minutes. Y'all think I'm a poetry machine or something? But
that's how it works. That's how it works.
Yeah, I've been writing poetry for 30 years. This is my love, it's my passion. And the three of us were able to find a way, like Damani said, to keep the spirit of this book alive. And we approached it with respect and love. And all of us are parents. All of us love sports. And all of us love language. And so once we realized we had that in common, all the other stuff just worked out.
Mm-hmm. Kim, I think one of the things that works as I watch the series is the dialogue. It's really heartfelt. People can feel it. It's very authentic. It's not made for to get an audience reaction. It's there. So how did you guys all work together? But I want to hear from you, Kim, as far as the collaboration. And so, because when it's a team, obviously there's going to be some butting heads, but then you come together to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, we had a great writing staff. Everyone had their own approach to it, but they're really authentic voices. I mean, that is what you want, is authentic voices and authentic experiences. And I think that's why the dialogue popped so much, is because this wasn't just, made up stuff. It was actually authentic moments that we had experienced in our lives, or that we pulled a page from, that really elevated, a lot of the scenes.
There's a glut right now of programming on television, whether it's streaming, network, cable, if you choose to go to the theater. What's going to get an audience to watch this? Because, you have to make it right. Otherwise, with some shows, it's DOA after 2 weeks. Anyone can answer this. And obviously, coming at a time when basketball is still in session, whether it's March Madness or the NBA, you have an audience ready to watch anything regarding sports.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got something for everybody. We got something for sports fans, for music lovers, for people who family drama. That's what I think is special about this show, is that there's so much about it that's just universally relatable, no matter if you're a basketball fan or not.
Mm-hmm. And Kwame, when they were putting this together, did you have a hand in the casting as far as who do you wanted to play the boys, and did they have to be ballers?
Yeah, we came into it thinking we're gonna find twins, identical twins, who can act their butt off and who are ballers. And we were quickly checked on that notion. That's a rare find. And so we ended up saying we want to find two brilliant actors who if they don't have the basketball skills we need, we can train them. We can create the ballers. And so we found two amazing actors in Jalyn and Amir. Obviously, the parents, Derek Luke and Sabrina Ravel, they bring their A game. It was a lot of chemistry, and it comes across very strongly on the screen.
Well, I want to say congratulations, obviously, on a good series. Let's keep it going. Let's see where we go from here. Keep doing the good work. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Wilson.